It's Kambada, the shaman, the god, the crack baby. And right now you're tuned in to Kofi's Universe, the #1 and most truest source for hip hop news, reaction videos, sports, black culture, and much, much more. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. Bada.
He drops a Pimp a Butterfly, and that's so left field compared to everything else. It's still such an experimental project.
Yep.
Were there maybe any second guesses of how that was going to be received? Because I feel like it's just so audacious, that album.
It's funny, I said this online before. While we were working on To Pimp a Butterfly, me and SZA would go to Beyonce sessions, and she was writing for her. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z was there
He drops a Pimp a Butterfly.
Jay-Z was there every night, so I had a chance to talk to him, and I told him, I'm like, yo, we already dropped this album that's gonna piss off the whole fan base. And his response was, good, do it now so they can't never put you in a box. And that just stuck with me for sure. So it gave me, like you said, when I told Q, keep coming back, it gave me more confidence, yeah, we on the right track, for sure. That's always the thing, is rules that's set. The geniuses know when to break those rules.
YouTube, salute. All right, y'all. Punch sat down with Elise, not Elise. She's like 25 years old, black woman. She has a podcast. Check her out on YouTube. So it's like a 60-minute interview. I listened to half of it already, but it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. Learned a lot about TDE, Punch, everything with the label, Kendrick Lamar's, his career, but through the lens of Punch. But he talked about To Pimp a Butterfly, how nobody saw that album coming. Like the impact it had. And I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of people think To Pimp a Butterfly is better than Good Kid, Mad City. And sometimes I feel To Pimp a Butterfly is like 1A and Good Kid, Mad City is 1B out of my favorite Kendrick Lamar albums, because it's a conscious album. Like Good Kid, Mad City is a classic. When I think of classics, I'm thinking of Only Built for Cuban Links, the infamous Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, Illmatic, Doggy Style, Death Certificate. Those are like classic albums to me. Sutter Playlistic, Cadillac Music. Those are classic albums. Enter the Stage by Black Moon. Um, you know, there's a list of albums I can go on and on and on, but I just wanted to name a few right now. Goody Mob, Soul Food, that's another classic right there. Tupac, Me Against the World, that's a classic. But going back to Good Kid, Mad City, like that was right there. Kendrick not only put a stamp as a classic album, but West Coast, like, they took the torch. They took the torch. It's like, we got it. Kendrick is holding it down, and when he came to Pimp a Butterfly, like, just the impact he had, like, he had the song All Right. That was like that became like a Black Lives Matter anthem, you know, everything he was talking about. Because remember, before he made To Pimp a Butterfly, he took a trip to South Africa. A lot of people didn't know that. He took a trip to South Africa. And, just, I guess, seeing apartheid and just seeing what was going on in South Africa probably just maybe felt like, this is the time I needed to, what he wanted to do. I'm only speculating, but I'm just saying. And he still kept it, hood, as far as like, representing CPT, all that. But just the King Kuta, moniker, like, okay, now I'm King Kuta. I'm gonna be that now. Um, talking about the complexion with Rhapsody, remember on that song, I when you got the Bloods and the Crips trying to fight, and he's like, no, we need to stop that, y'all. We need to stop that. Think about, like, he's trying to bring unity. He was trying to bring, well, He's bringing unity on the album. He's bringing black awareness. You know, you got Tupac at the end. That was dope as hell right there. That was dope as hell. So, like I said, like it's just everything he was dealing with on To Pimp a Butterfly. You know, especially the album cover where he got everybody, like his friends in the front lawn of the White House. It's just like we're coming to take what's ours. You know, our ancestors built this country, so he's like, we're coming to take what's ours. And to me, Jay Z did give him the a right advice when he told Punch like, do it now because it's like don't let nobody put you in a box. You know, like when Nas dropped the Nigger album Untitled in 2008, nobody can never box Nas because Nas was already conscious already. You couldn't box Jay-Z. You couldn't box Prodigy or Mobb Deep, may he rest in peace. You couldn't box Wu-Tang. You wasn't gonna box them. You wasn't gonna box no Andre 2000. You wasn't gonna box Lupe Fiasco. Remember, Lupe Fiasco, he has his albums, what you call it, Doga's Wave. The first half of that album, he's talking about, you know, some enslaved Africans jumping over the side of a ship going to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just you can't. I love when you can't box elite rappers because that tells you right there they gonna do what they want to do and nobody ain't gonna stop them. You can't box a Styles P. You can't box a Black Thought. The list goes on and on and on. But I'm so happy that Kendrick stuck to his guns and To Pimp a Butterfly. To me, like I said, that's probably one of the best albums in the last 10 years. The last 10, that's one of the best albums I've heard. And I remember playing that album when I first heard it. I was like, wow, I was blown away. And it was a few months before I graduated from Cal State Dominguez Hills. And I remember we talked about that album in our sociology 303 class, which is Black communities. And when we talked about that, we said imagine Kendrick Lamar dropping that album before Good Kid, Mad City. He probably wasn't going to get like a good. I'm not going. No, it still would have been a great album, but I think his fan base would have been like, okay, what's this? Like he had to set them up to be like, okay, I'm gonna give you this. Now I'm about to give you this. So it was like people were happy, but it was like, damn, I didn't know he was gonna do this. It's like somebody's seen another side of you, but they're not disappointed. They're actually happy because it's more like, wow, like I didn't know you had layers to who you are. So he just showed he had more layers than what people thought what he was going to be. Like, yes, he's a great storyteller. You know, he's, you know, a lyrical genius, everything. But he just showed the world like I have another layer when it comes to the black culture, when it comes to the black experience. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther, the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live.